This is my favorite budget GPU for Fortnite right now. If you're building a budget gaming PC specifically to play Fortnite and need a cheap GPU, this AMD RX 460 can be a great option. You won't need to sell a kidney or your soul to get it, and they're readily available on eBay for around 100 bucks. It should be able to hold you over until the GPU prices improve, as we're told they're supposed to, or until you do decide to sell your kidney. So how does it perform in Fortnite? I started testing with the settings set to the high preset at 1080p. The average sat in the high 30s, while the 1% lows sat in the low to mid 20s. If you really care about the visuals, then I guess it's technically playable, but my personal preference would be to lower the settings a bit to get a smoother experience. Next, I tested the medium preset at 1080p with 100% scaling resolution. And this was probably the coolest play I had throughout all the testing that I did, mostly because I landed in a tree. But anyways, the average sat around the mid to high 60s with 1% lows dipping to around 40. In my opinion, the game still looks pretty good, and it runs a lot smoother than the high settings. Actually, I don't know, maybe this was my favorite play. All in all though, I think the medium settings gave me some good luck or something. Moving on to the low preset and also running at 1080p with 100% scaling resolution, I saw an average FPS that sat between 105 and 110. As for the 1% lows, I would say it stayed above 60 FPS for the most part, and overall, it was a good experience in my opinion. If you want a little bit higher of a frame rate, then this can be a good option for you. Lastly, I tested performance mode. There was a fair bit more fluctuation in the FPS in this mode, but after a few tests, I saw an average FPS that sat around the 160s, give or take 10 FPS, while the 1% low sat between 70 and 80 a lot of the time. Overall, this was also a smooth experience. If you really want to push the frame rates and sacrifice the visual quality, I think this is a good option. For 100 bucks in 2021, this is definitely a good option if you're on a budget and you're wanting to build a cheap Fortnite PC. But I will note that the 2 gigabytes of VRAM on this card can be a bit limiting if you're looking to play games other than esports titles. I will also note that the game became noticeably less smooth while recording gameplay, so keep that in mind if that's something that you want to do a lot of. But once again, for $100, this is hard to beat in the current GPU market. Let me know if there's any other games you want me to test on this AMD RX 460. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!